And we're back. What's up, guys? You got the nice picture of Matt Kerouac right there.
Yeah, my boy.
Brand new picture with his glasses on. Not too sure why. I was scrolling through the team pictures yesterday, and I stumbled upon D-Boys, and there's just Matt right in front of the picture on the middle, one knee down, his glasses on.
It's classic. It's a classic picture.
You look brilliant right there.
He's a dad now. He needs to protect his vision.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, he was a dad last season too, so your argument's invalid.
He was also a dime last season.
Okay.
He's the Horace Grant of FPF. No basketball references? No.
Well, thank you for coming back here, Dan. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
We might want to have GM back now.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
How you been, guys? Jim, Eagle, you been good?
Chapman doesn't know how to run a production, so my Tuesday night was very stressful. As you may have noticed on the FPF wall.
Yes,
I did not. I haven't seen the picture of you being messaged 1,000 times.
Oh, so you have seen it.
Eeks.
That's basically Peace when he has a problem. He just spams Eagle till somebody answers. Terry?
Yes, sir. I'm happy
You've
to be
been away
doing,
for like 6 months now?
No, I was only as everybody up until last week. Sorry that I missed last week. I know I had to punish you with George Michael Colettras filling in for me, but he's good looking, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
At least he's nice to look at.
He's a Falcons fan for some reason.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be doing Div 1 and Div 2. You know, it's different. It's different from what I've usually done. Usually the
Should be
big
fun.
divisions. Yeah,
Different from what we used to do.
get to call a couple guys out. That some guys are usually too scared to call out, so it's fun. Talk some
Boy,
smack.
scared. If they play bad, it's on their own fault.
Skirt. Yeah, but in the last years we've had Mokan, Vince Nardone, and Kerouac. Kerouac just talked about Marco. Nardone just bashed Marco, and Mokan just talked about the finest.
They're not as good this year as they were last year. They're on a steady decline.
They're on a steady decline. Maybe it's because they're depressed. They're depressed that they're not being spoken
It's the
about.
glasses, man.
That's it.
It's the glasses.
All right, man. Simon, I'm pumped.
Yeah, let's do this, boys. All right, so we're supposed to kick off the show with recaps. So we will.
Sure. Let's go
That's
again.
what people love for some reason.
Speaking of D-boys, I guess, right? 0-2.
Yeah, it's true.
0-2, man.
Yeah,
I had them finishing first in the.
Well, they lost the finals week 1, so
I mean, it's a tougher game.
That's
but-
fine.
And by 1 point.
By 1
yeah,
point.
it was a close game, so someone has to win it. So 0-1, I guess, but 0-2.
Got skills. That was my third favorite. That was my third ranked team. So I had Montreal's finest and Got Skills kind of close.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
too surprised that Got Skills beat D-Boys.
I'm a bit surprised God Skills beat D-Boys after D-Boys losing, so now they're 0-2, right? It's one thing to drop one game out of the blue, but it's another to go 0-2 to start the season, and now they're playing against.
Who are they playing next week? Flag One Sack?
I know this.
If only we had technology to check the game.
only
I
we-
wonder.
No, they're playing DK next week.
Oh, it's another
So,
tough loss.
yeah.
Another tough loss for them.
It's a tough stretch to start the season. It's a tough way to start.
See, looking at the schedule, you think D-Boys would be maybe 1-1, 2-0, right?
Yeah,
But not looking preseason, not looking at the teams. But if you look playing against the finest, big time rivalry there. In the middle of the season, where D-Boys usually catch their speed, would have been a different outcome. Maybe we'll see that later on. When
We'll
they
see,
play
'cause
each
they're
other
gonna
for a
play
second
finest
time.
again.
Exactly. But I'm not too surprised. I've got skills.
Yeah. Well, Gotska's been impressive since their run last winter in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They took everybody by surprise. They performed really well in the charity tournament. They came off out of the gates pretty hot against. They lost a stupid game to DK, which we talked about last week. Now this week they beat D-Boys in impressive fashion.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're not a team to ignore. Got skills. I mean, Chantomo brothers. You can't ignore them. JC Mersil. Overall, I mean, they lost the Capo this year, but overall, I think they're one of the top teams, and
they're pretty good. The new guy they had at rusher, Vince Malo, which no one knows about. He's pretty good. Like he plays rusher for them now.
Yeah.
Pretty solid addition. He gets the job done. He's not super impressive. Like he's not getting tons of sacks, but he's getting there on time. That makes the coverage much easier to do.
In higher divisions, you don't need to get a lot of sacks.
You're not going to get 20 sacks in Division 1 because the QBs get rid of the ball.
That's it.
But it turns into coverage sacks, or it turns into discards, incompletes, and whatnot. Like the quarterbacks are really good. They don't usually get into incompletes, but when the rush is right in his face, if they rush and put pressure on the quarterback, it's sometimes a game changer. The way Tam did for DK last week.
Speaking of putting pressure on the quarterback, how did our boy Danny Lazare do this week?
Well, he did too good in Div 2. It was embarrassing, but his Div 1 performance was not as good as his Week 1.
Week 1 performance
they
against
lost
was great.
Flying Sac this week.
You didn't give me any credit last week for my prediction.
What call?
When I walked by you and I said they're going to win by 12.
Oh, that's
they
true.
won by 10.
They won by 10. I told Dan.
Yeah.
I told him, it's like, so Terry said you win by 12. He said, no, that's not true. It's like, I thought you picked against us for 12. Like, what would you
It's just this season. They look great.
They were pretty close. Kwesi brought the 2-point convert at the last play of the game. 2-point convert.
I had no idea.
Kwesi picks it off, starts running down the sidelines, and tries to juke the QB. Couldn't get it.
I was too busy being
and
used as
got
a decoy.
tackled out of bounds, like literally 10 yards away from the end zone. Or they would have won by 12.
God damn it, you Kwesi. Always disappoint me, Kwesi.
I know.
Listen, you want to talk about Dan and Waste Youth? I mean, this is a team that you can't overlook. I mean, they're super athletic, super.
Yeah.
They're eager. I like the way they play.
It's a definition of they're coming up.
I like it, man.
They're moving. It's new guys. Most of the people don't necessarily know them. So you're playing against a bunch of guys you never played against before. You don't know them. You don't know who you're gonna face, and then they surprise you by how fast and how sneaky good they are.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they just blew by you for 40 points and for 40 yards, and you're down 6 points, and now you have to take them seriously.
That's it. Not good enough this week against Flagmont Sac. Nadeau Pugh's brothers. Boom, boom.
Yeah, but the same way, right? Nadeau Pugh's Samuel had 4 touchdowns. On the flip side, you got Justin Julian Jr., who had also 4 touchdowns.
Wait,
Basically
is that Deuce or is that the other Justin Julian? Because there's 2 of them. Unrelated, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. They have the same name. One's senior,
name.
one's junior. Unrelated.
So there's Deuce, and then the other one, I forgot his nickname. But
yeah. No, it's Deuce. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the better one for sure.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. The other one plays mostly defense.
Yeah, exactly. So I predicted Alex Nadeau Pugh's as quarterback of the year this year. And
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I sent it to you, but you neglected to put it in your
Or I do not remember, because it was like a month ago.
It was a month ago.
But no, Alex is playing really well. Alex is actually using his legs the most in Div 1. He's got like 70 yards rushing and rushing touchdown.
It's crazy because when you look at Alex, you would never assume that he's able to run like that. And then
he picks you off for 6.
There he is, that little big beer belly coming down the sideline.
He's fast.
He's quick, man.
He's got quick feet. Yeah, he's pretty explosive.
I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of Alex.
Yeah.
He's a super nice guy too, and one of the good guys in the league. And he plays with a cast that's not as good as you would say. Let's say the D boys are the finest, or even as quick and as athletic as Waste Youth, but he still gets it done. And Flagmont Sac, honestly, I didn't have them high in my rankings this year. I still think they're going to finish middle of the pack, and maybe looking outside the playoffs. But from what we saw against Waste Youth, if they can keep this up, then maybe they can make a run for the playoffs.
Well, we were excited about the addition of Davidson and Pruneau to the roster. They haven't played yet. Hopefully they will by week 3. Because at some point you gotta show up and play.
Imagine Alex with those additions on his team.
That's why I was so hot on Flagmont Sac before. It's like he's good enough, and now you're adding these kind of guys around him to make plays for him.
Yeah.
On top of his brother and on top of some of the guys on the team. It's a pretty solid roster. It's a matter of execution.
Speaking of expectations, Rainmakers.
Solid segue.
Yeah.
Solid.
You should do this professionally.
I did for a while. Didn't last long. So speaking of Rainmakers, they
win this week against
They won.
Lunatics.
Good for them. I
know you hate Rainmakers.
I don't hate the Rainmakers.
Yes, you do.
I actually like every individual on that team.
But you hate the team.
Not that I can't. Hate is a very strong word. I'm just going to say that Rainmakers, I don't hate anybody. It's too strong of a word. Rainmakers need to dismantle.
Okay.
I think they're
They've started
dismantle or rebuild?
Rebuild, I would say.
So
dismantle and rebuild.
So dismantle as in you don't want Rainmakers no more.
Maybe
rebuild as in drop half the team and
maybe go to Div 2. Maybe go to Div 2.
All right, so let's rustle some feathers. Some feathers. Who do you drop and who do you want them to pick up?
That's a good question.
That's pretty good, Ego.
That's a very good question. So
I should do the professional.
Nice microphone right there.
So listen, Kastner is the heart and beat of this team, and you keep Kastner.
Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, of course, not Derek.
Well, you never know.
We love Derek, but
okay, but go on.
Yeah, we all love Derek.
So we know he's dropping first.
No, Ryan Kastner. That's the thing. That's what my point about Rainmakers is. That's the thing is that they can't drop anybody. You're not going to drop Michael Berg. You're not going to drop Chittiat. You're not going to drop Kramer. You're not going to drop Teddy. You're not going to drop Brian. You're not going to drop Derek. So they don't not want to play with each other. And it's a recreational league, so do as you may. Obviously.
It's a bunch of friends, right? At the end of the day, you play with your friends, and you don't necessarily want to play. There's some guys that want to play D1 because they want to compete, and there's some guys that want to play D1 because.
I'm curious if they can fit in Div 2.
I kind of wish they could, but I don't think Ryan he pushed them over the top.
I don't think they want to. I think they want to play D1.
They want to compete because they're guys, they're athletes,
and they
play football their entire lives.
They don't not show up the game.
They don't blow out. It's not like they lose 40-7.
It's one possession.
I know.
They always
then something.
It's always tight, and then they can't finish in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's true. And that was the story against.
That's what happened week 1 against Waste Youth.
Don't ever call them the Dans.
No, it's true. It's not the same. Dans.
The Dans.
And week 2 they played against Lunatics, and they not only did they finish, but they looked on top the whole way.
But you killed a bunch of lunatics, literally lunatics, guys that where when things don't go their well within the first 4 minutes, they're gonna blow their load and kind of just snap. You know what I mean? All great players, all been in this league for a really long time, but
Lunatics,
overall, I mean,
I don't think they mash up well together.
No, and that's the problem with that. I don't want to say that core because they're usually the same guys. They add and subtract to one or two guys, but it hasn't worked. I mean, you had the reigns of I guess you can call them the alcoholics.
Yeah.
What else did they have?
But it's like the alcoholics, but with much more like star power around them.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more mouths too much to handle.
It's more mouths to feed, more egos to cater to, and I just don't see it working out this year. Paul's gonna have a really tough time managing that team.
It felt that way against Rainmakers when they down the stretch. It felt like people were disappointed in their performance, and then it's tough as a captain, as a quarterback, to look around and see people looking at you like we should have won this game and we didn't.
It's true.
Even if it's not your fault, it's still tough to sit there and look at them in the eyes and tell them sorry, guys. You know. Yeah.
Last game of this week, Finest win again. Boring. Division 2.
Finest DK. Yeah, that was a boring. No, honestly, it was a boring game. Rajdi played terribly.
Yeah.
Then why are we talking about it?
Yeah. Word.
Okay, so we're not. Thank you, Eagle.
Good job. Arsenal Hum is having a good season so far.
Arsenal Hum, 3 picks in 2 games.
Good season so far. Good for him.
Considering Defensive Player of the Year was one with 5 picks last season.
Yeah, he's making a name for himself. Making a name for himself. And if you know what, that's not unlikely.
Speaking of making names for themselves, Dan and Co destroyed the MPS.
Why name? You think that, okay? Who's making a name for himself though? Is the MPS making themselves as the worst team in division in flag football?
No, the way Dan and Co played, they played really well week 1.
Yeah.
Week 2 made them look like they're top contenders.
Yeah, they have not lost any
it wasn't only
finals last year.
It wasn't only Dan Lazar playing really well. It was the whole defense making the receivers look terrible. The defense was really, 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 really good.
Really? Yeah.
Aside from the stupid penalty one of the players took.
Yeah.
They play flawless.
Okay, but they're shutting down the MPS. Who is the MPS?
They have a few really good players.
Not doubting they do, but
they don't have a quarterback.
First season in FPF.
Their problem is the quarterback position.
You're playing against the team that just won Division B. You're playing against all.
They have a tough schedule.
A really tough schedule. You're playing against really good players, right? So you're playing against Dan Lazar, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the FPF right now. One of the hottest quarterbacks at this point, right? So can you match that up? I mean, they remind me of that team that came into Div B last year just to play against No Regard. What was their?
Yeah, Blue Chips.
Blue Chips.
They're in 4B now.
They're in 4B.
And rocking.
See? And they're doing well. Should have went to Division D.
It's a possibility that the MPS was registered late and they had to play in Div 2. There's another possibility where the only problem is they have had 4 different quarterbacks in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All in the same games. Where if you throw if you throw a pick, they sub you out and they get someone else in and then he throws a pick and then
might as well have peas in there playing quarterback.
Basically. It's their problem. The receivers are good, the defense is
musical chairs at quarterback position.
That's crazy.
I've never seen that work.
Not a good recipe.
I've never seen that work.
Doesn't even work when you're doing musical chairs with a rusher. Imagine with a quarterback.
That works though.
Yeah, I guess so.
That works. I hate playing against multiple rushers.
Monstars, man. Monstars had a crazy game against Terror Squad.
Yes.
Are you impressed with Terror Squad? With Monstars, sorry?
Am I friends with Monstars?
No, are you impressed with them?
Yes. I predicted them to be in top 5 in Div 2.
Yeah.
And so far they've played like they're top 5 in Div 2. The defense is really good. The addition of Anthony Brisebois is ridiculous.
Oh, man.
He's basically the second Fredvien from now on.
Oh, man.
He's really good. Fredvien was the...
Welcome Anthony Brisebois to either the Finest or D-Boys in 2 seasons.
If he wants to.
If he wants to, it's a good point.
No, I think Monstars are moving up. I think Monstars are going to go to Div 1 to play
They
against
should,
them
and
instead.
he's because last year they wanted to go to Div 1,
Yep.
but they were kind of missing some pieces, and good for them for staying.
Now,
staying
Div
in
2 is the right place for them because I don't feel they're going to go 10-0 and destroy everybody.
No.
But on the flip side, they're going to be serious contenders.
Yeah, I think so too.
They
Monstars.
have
I mean, you can't knock a team like Rod and things like that.
No, well, it's just both the Aridi brothers. Rod now with Fred Vien. Theo had a sick. Theo Bekelis had a sick game this week with 2 picks and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So listen, the core is working really well, and I feel they found the pieces they missed. And if they can make a deep run this year, we're gonna see them in Div A this spring. Hopefully.
I'm a little scared for Terror Squad this year. I mean, Tam is capable. We've seen him do what he does best. Obviously, run around, throw a deep ball. They added Serge Pilon this year.
He's hurt now.
He's hurt, but
he played this week because the game was on Saturday. He was hurt on Sunday with DK. He didn't finish the game. Didn't walk off the field. Was carried off the field.
Oh, really? That bad?
By Rochty. So hopefully he's gonna come back. He just rolled his ankle, but it looked.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't know. I rolled my ankle 3 times while we were sitting
I'm
here.
just saying, hopefully.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's gonna come back by week 3. But it looked pretty gruesome.
Gruesome twosome. That should be our nickname from now on, the Gruesome Twosome.
I like it.
STL, man. My boys, STL.
STL.
My paisans from Saint
I was
Laurent.
not impressed with STL week 1 when they got dismantled by Clockwork.
Crazy. I had Dylan Taylor winning quarterback of the year. I still do.
I do not.
Because of that receiving core. How sick is that receiving core, though?
How great is that defense, though?
The defense is nasty, too.
Jamie doesn't play much offense. Jamie Ojea?
He should, though.
Yeah, but
the thing about Jamie and if Theo's on the field and Dylan starts forcing the ball to Theo, which will happen,
yes,
that Jamie
open.
will get impatient. Extremely impatient.
Probably.
It's that whole brotherly rivalry there. Why are you giving the ball to him?
Stop feeding my brother. Come on.
Is he better?
That's what he says.
Much better.
Well, I don't know. Jamie says he's always been better than his brother.
Yeah, it's because he's older. He has to say that stuff.
Jamie's not older?
Yeah,
he's younger.
Jamie's older.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Interesting.
And then I was corrected. I'm pretty sure Jamie's older. Now I'm questioning myself.
I have no clue.
Anyway, but I picked Dylan Taylor to win quarterback of the year just for that Theo factor. But thinking that Jamie's going to play more on offense. But then you have Thierry Gervais, like you said, unbelievable too, but more of a defensive.
Well, Guillaume De Palma has been playing really well for them offensively.
There's another.
But that defense, the triple threat of Thierry Gervais, Theo Ojea, and Jamie Ojea. Honestly, I'm kind of happy I didn't sign up in Div 2 this season because that sounds terrible.
Can't wait to play them. I don't even know what week it is.
That sounds annoying.
Yeah. Can't wait. Clockwork, looking on their way to an undefeated season. What do you think?
I don't think they're gonna go undefeated. They usually don't go undefeated, but they'll be contenders.
Yeah.
It's the same core. They've been playing really well. They subbed out. I was afraid for them losing Antonio Lani like that.
Yeah.
He's not on the team anymore, but they filled in with Phil Cutler and Gordon Hogan.
Oh.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, but they're not. Like Lani.
It's like making a trade, man. It's like.
Yeah, but Lani's underrated though. Like he's really, really good.
Plays, but you want to talk about. Lani's very.
Phil Cutler's not Antonio Lani.
No, he's not. But he's a lot smarter.
But they're both really good playmakers when they have specific things to do. They're not like Lani could do pretty much everything.
But who are you taking off the field? So you take one defensive player off the field, so Lani, and you're adding Gordon Hogan, who's an interception master, and Phil Cutler, who's a football genius. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He understands the game extremely well. He's played in this league just as long as I have.
Forever.
Yeah. Just as long as I have. I remember when I was my first season.
Then what's your excuse?
I'm terrible. It's called souvlaki.
Hey, he moved up to Div 2 this season, so gotta give the man some props.
That was a default move. It wasn't because of my skills.
I don't know, man. You were leading the team in yardage this week.
I'm leading my team at the league.
That's also why you
this
lost.
year.
This league? Oh,
year.
boy. Yeah, there you go. Straight L's.
That's going to change. That's going to change. Pilon hasn't caught fire yet. No, but for Clockwork, I mean, you're adding Phil Cutler. Phil Cutler is an extremely intelligent player and a capable player, even though he has 0 ACLs. It's just
true.
Overall, he's just... he's good. He's really good. And Gordon Hogan, I mean, as much as...
You went the X-rays, there were none.
Yeah,
Just
0.
no
We looked
ACLs.
at his knees. There's actually nothing in there. It's just air. It's an air.
But hey, it works.
But he still gets the job done, man. He gets it done. It's not that funny, Simon. It's not that funny.
It's the ego behind it. It's like,
When he's coming after you for the tackle, you hear him running.
It's like
he's basically a robot.
it's like from Alice in Wonderland. There, what is it called?
It's hydraulics.
But yeah, I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong. And Gordon Hogan, he's awesome too. And
Gordon has
adding that to Clockwork is scary to me. Because
Okay.
as a player in Div 2, I don't want to play against that defense.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You
That's
know?
okay.
I don't want to play against that.
In that perspective, yes, the team
Yeah.
upgraded in a way. Because the
course,
way
yeah.
the plays Lanny made last season in the playoffs for Clockwork to win that championship,
Very aggressive plays.
in my opinion, that's what they lost. So you're looking at replacing them with Phil Cutler and Gordon Logan. Can they make those kind of plays when
Hogan
Marco needs them to?
Hogan has those plays in him, except deeper. Lanny doesn't play the deep ball very well. Doesn't play well at all.
Lanny was
actually.
more offensively when he made those plays.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
On third and long, Marco turned to Lanny. Now he's gonna have to turn to. He's not gonna turn to Kirouac. Let's be honest here.
You got those little tiny midget hands, man. He'll catch those balls, though.
Midget hands, the glasses.
He looks like the Horace Grant of the NFL, of FBF. Okay, on to more important things.
Glads.
Glads.
Week
Big
one,
guy,
Jim
Yadar.
said that he was unimpressed with Glads. I said that he needed a little bit of time because Frank LeBeau just came back on offense for them and the team is
With
back online.
all the respect, they played against usual suspects.
But he put up 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns?
LeBeau had 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Against 2?
usual suspects.
Exactly.
But hey, the defense should be good.
Whatever, man.
I'm surprised Rick Nencher is not playing better than that though.
You're surprised Rick and Cher's not playing better? Rick is a great quarterback.
Exactly.
Did he lose a step? Maybe. Did he lose a step? I think he did. But he doesn't have to move that much, you know what I mean? So Glad's good on you beating usual suspects. Div 2 still to win a game in Div 2, especially this Div 2, is extremely tough because it's really tough this season.
But I feel like Glad are gonna finish like 6-4.
6-4, yeah, that's what I had them at.
Slightly above 500.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs and then we'll see what happens.
What do you think about your boys Brave beating CLR Forces?
Oh man, what a game! Everybody was skeptic about the Braves coming into week 2.
Yeah.
And they destroyed CLR Forces.
See, I don't know what to think about the Braves.
It's a different offense. It's very unorthodox. A lot of people look at because the quarterback scrambles a lot, right?
Yeah.
Jonathan Maher. He's an outdoors quarterback, so he doesn't set the pocket the way FPF does.
And we were talking about this last week, right? We gave the advantage to CLO Forces because they knew the small field better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently that means nothing.
That means absolutely nothing if you know how to run plays properly.
Maher moves around a little bit, and it looks a bit different from what we're used to.
Yeah.
And
he plays both sides of the ball. Too.
So open. Everybody's open. He finds the open receiver. He makes incredible throws, and he's a very special quarterback. They're really hot right now.
I like
So hot right now.
I like that they talk smack. Also, I like that they're a little
They're
chippy.
chirpy. But I think it's because he knew CLR Forces.
Yeah, because they played together.
I think like on the first or second play of the game, Olivier Bourdage had OC.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. So I feel like they knew each other and it was trippy from the get-go.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was against usual suspects. But they talk a lot of smack, but they back it up. So for me, as long as he talks smack and you back it up, I'm fine with that.
Hey, on est bon big. I like that. Points are us, man. Lose a tough game to ONS. I watched that game, and Kevin White did not have his best game. James Florian had a great game. Kenton Lowe, man.
So you're telling me
James
touchdowns. Had a great game and they still lost?
They still lost because Kenton Lowe dropped 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
1 touchdown on a 4th down to go up.
Oh.
And then they came back, and then there was a controversial play call at the penalty at the end that benefited Points Are Us. No,
okay.
So, we were running out of time. But
Was it a holding on a 2-point conversion?
It was a holding on it wasn't a 2-point conversion.
Do you guys not get that reference?
No.
It was Kansas City, Pittsburgh. It was a holding, but it wasn't a 2-point conversion. It was a holding. It was Scott Payne. He was the last man, almost the last man back, but you couldn't really consider him. And James Floriani made a smart play. He held him. He got a penalty call, but the penalty doesn't take away the play. So they had 2 plays left. ONS Points Are Us thought there was only 1 play left. They went and they scored. So ONS took the ball and scored. So luckily they scored on 1 play only. So then Points R Us had 1 play to score to win. They couldn't end up doing it. But the game would have been differently if Kenton Lowe had not dropped that touchdown in the end zone. So ONS squeaked a close one by. I think that Points R Us, I didn't expect a lot from them this year, but they look really good. I think James built a nice core around him, and Danny Demore not playing offense and just playing defense is weird to me to watch him do that, to watch him sit on the bench. But I see why he doesn't fit on that offense. You can't with Kennedy, Jacob. I always forget that French guy's name with the ponytail. I always forget his name. Anyway, Kennedy. They're just too. They're
Kennedy,
too explosive.
Canton. They got
Burnett.
Frédéric Burnett now.
Yeah. So it's scary to look at their offense, and the fact that they're 0-2. I mean, I don't see. I see them. I don't see them making the playoffs. Sorry,
they're gonna bounce back. In my opinion,
they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna have a good season.
to.
They have to. I mean, if they don't make the playoffs, it's because they're gonna lose every close game like this because of mental errors.
Yeah, that's tough.
And that's the worst part. GNR beat No Regard with Corey Pecker at quarterback.
Yeah, that was a weird game. There was a lot of complaints about bad calls and no calls. And
Well, when you get those two teams together, I guarantee you there's going to be one complaint
yeah,
about a
yeah.
ref on every single play.
But Corey Pecker didn't look comfortable in that offense. Like it's his first time with those kind of with those boys, and it wasn't pretty. It's not the same kind of players he's used to, and he wasn't able to use them the way they're supposed to be. Like every player is different, right?
Exactly. You're used to a certain style, and when it throws you off, especially when you're used to one person running your style the way it is.
It's basically a brand new playbook with brand new guys in week 2, and GNR's defense was
suspect,
slightly too good for Corey Pecker to surpass.
Yeah.
It's time for your call out of the week.
My call out of the week is, why does Chris Pensano dress like he's playing in minus 40-degree weather every week? The guy wears a toque, a long sleeve shirt, a turtleneck, his shirt, his jersey, his shorts, his thick ass socks. I'm sweating just looking at him. That's my call out of the week. Chris Pensano, can't dress, buddy.
I heard a pretty good one this week. I'm not going to name who said it, but it was pretty funny. So I was watching 2.5 Dens, and Joey Taylor dropped the sweatpants underneath the shorts. So kudos to him.
No, he wore it last year.
But now it looks like he's got a blue onesie underneath.
Because he wears the blue sleeves also.
He's got blue long sleeves and blue long sleeves.
Yeah, so it looks like he's wearing like the running.
It looks like he's got like a onesie Under Armour underneath. It's pretty gorgeous.
He looks like he's wearing the from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the one piece there. What is it? Those guys from Vancouver Connects, the fans there. What's it called there?
A green suit.
Yeah, the green suit.
But a blue suit. Yeah.
It's called something, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I forgot what it was.
It was pretty awesome. He also almost got a perfect game. Until he decided to try to throw a 40-yard bomb to Adam Bailey, which he cannot do, and it got picked off. Straight up, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. Like, why would you?
No, he can throw 40 yards if there's no DB waiting for it.
He was like 17 for 17. Decided to throw like on the first play on a post, gets picked off. I'm like, Joey just pissed away your perfect game.
Yeah, he'll throw 40 yards, but on a full drive.
Yeah, he'll score, man. He'll score almost every single time.
All right,
games of the week. Let's make it quick.
Games of the week. So we got 5 games on the docket. Pick. Tell me what's up. First game, D-Boys, DK.
I'm gonna go D-Boys on this one. Bounce back game. DK, I don't have them. I'm not high on them this year, especially if Serge Pilon doesn't play.
Without Serge, this guy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens because Serge Pilon, it does get inside Marco's head. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm taking D-Boys.
Raj needs Serge on offense.
Yeah,
his offense was terrible last week. The only thing they had was a Pilon's breaking free. That's the only thing they got.
It's true.
And that one play, that one skinny post on Pachinal.
Yeah.
But they're not going to win games with one play.
Yeah, it's true. Good point.
Next game, Flagmore Sack, Rainmakers.
I'm going to go Flagmore Sack on this one because of my point earlier. I think Alex Nadeau-Hughes, if Pruneau and Davidson play this week...
I hope they do.
I hope they do. I would love to see it. I'll probably try and make it out for the game. If they play this week, then I don't think Rainmakers have anything against them. If they don't, then expect a squeaky clean game by Alex Nadeau managing the game.
Terrence Adams says they're called the Green Men, by the way.
Who's the... Oh, Green Man, exactly.
Thank you,
Terrence Adams.
Division 2.
Hey, we have live viewers.
Yeah, we have live viewers.
Bravs against Chernobyl.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
I know. That's why I picked it.
The only Braves game I've seen this year. I'm calling them Braves all year, by the way.
Their French was still Braves, but go on.
Whatever. I'm not calling you Dragon. It's the Dragons.
Well, I'm not the Dragon.
Shut up! Shut up! So I'm gonna go with. I'll go with. Upset pick. I'm going to go with Brav. I think Chernobyl will be favored in this game just because of FPF experience.
What?
I don't know. I'm just Moconning it right now.
Mocon's not here.
I know, but somebody has to fill the void.
Mocon, point. East Central, left, Western, Laval.
Central, West, Southeastern, Laval, North.
I said a pretty good quote about Mocon this week, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Good night, tweeting.
I'll go Brav. Yeah. Good night, tweeting.
Good night, South Korea. Okay, but chronic pain, STL.
Man, I don't know if chronic pain. I don't know what the hell they drank.
Oh, Robbie played really well in DFB last season.
He played unbelievable last week against us. Still going STL. I think that the matchups that STL has over Chronic Pain is too strong. But from what I saw against Chronic Pain last week, man, not that their defense is that good. They had made a lot of nice plays against us. But I think that STL will be able to carve the field with them, man.
STL's roster is ridiculous. And the last game, Grip and Rip Gladiator.
GNR all the way. I think Glads are a little... With LeBeau back at quarterback, and it's not Alex, it ups them a bit. But
a lot.
I don't know. I just think GNR they're one of those offenses where Glads are very slow-paced,
Yeah.
And GNR pick up that pace. And with Jamal Gins on the team now, nothing stopping them. So
You saw that team picture? Jamal looks like he's like 300 pounds, bro. Jack.
that's 'cause he's doing one of these.
He's so jacked. Yeah. Yep. All right, boys. Thank you. I was waiting for the music. I was like, all right, boys.
Episode 2 in the books, and
Week 2 in the books. Week 3 starts 2 nights from now.
Yes, sir. Saturday night.
Saturday night, Brossard.
Yes, sir.
It's payment week. Let's not forget.
Yeah. And it's also, if you don't have a freaking jersey, man,
It was week. We said week
buy
1 this
one.
season. So at this point, if you don't have a jersey, sorry for you guys.
Where
Buy
could
a
you get a
t-shirt.
jersey?
a Sportira. Sportira right here.
Well, technically in this building.
Yeah. So just email Rob, he'll get you a jersey. And if you don't want to spend that money, you want to spend $4 on a t-shirt, then go buy a shirt from
Village de Valeur.
Village de Valeur, Prix. Bring it to Sports Experts, print it for $1, and you'll have a jersey.
Hey, listen.
then
We're
don't-
sponsored by Sportira. We can't talk about that shit.
I understand. But if you want quality, you go Sportira.
My man.
Salut la visite.
Side of visit.
Thank you.